Last time on the Strings of Fate podcast. If I could have a moment, Orion says, if I could ask for a bit just to catch up with my foolish son here. Oh, yeah, sorry, I just got wrapped up in everything. I didn't introduce myself. How rude of me. Dresden, it's very nice to meet you. He says as he extends his hand, and Auda looks and says, and you trust this person? Okay, then I trust you too, but I'm keeping an eye on you. Okay, all right, there's a lot of tension. Let's go, let's go downstairs.
He'll deal with it later, okay. And he will gather himself and walk out of the room and go downstairs.
The Bar of the Sleepy Sheep is open tonight. Talia mixes a drink between conversations with patrons seated around her. Two in particular, actually. The bar itself isn't packed to the brim, but the conversation is lively and diverse. And seated there, Deville and Rowan talk spiritedly with Elliot and Talia. In a booth off to the side, Esme sits alone, nursing a glass of dark liquid. And as your group enters, currently Auda, Dresden, Azram, and Ladara, Talia waves to you before kind of calling Deville's attention and pointing towards you, who turns and smiles widely towards you all. Where are you all headed? Where are you all going? Who are you talking to?
Azram would walk up to Deville and Rowan and be like, do you guys mind if I join you?
You can see that there's still like there's high spirits here as Deville is sort of smiling and Rowan is also smiling and oh, of course, please. And he kind of scooches over to open up a seat in between and Rowan. And Elliot's like, oh, you're all here. I was so tired earlier. I didn't even recognize that you actually met up with Rowan.
Yeah, Azram looks a little panicked.
He is like, take a seat, please.
Ladar will probably go and sit at a different booth.
Auda is now caught in between his Dresden
he can sit too. It depends on wherever he wants to go.
I'll be like, Auda, you can join us if you want,
or you can sit over there. Whatever.
Or if you want to bond with Dresden and Ladara.
I'll sit down. He says he takes a seat at the bar with you all, and sits next to Deville on his other side. Like it goes Auda, Deville, Azram, Rowan, Elliot, interns at this bar. As he sits down, Deville's like, oh, yeah, of course, you can sit down with us as well. As he's kind of, what were we talking about? And Elliot sort of says, oh, well, but before we continue with some inside stories and such, don't you want to, oh, yes, of course. Rowan, this is my partner, Azram. And this small dwarven woman just kind of looks up at you, says, I think I got that. You are a saint for dealing with him.
I think that it might be the other way around, honestly.
Yes, I'm not that bad, right, Azram?
No, God, no. I'm the problem, and not problem, I guess. But anyway, it's nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you as well.
You can call me Azzy if you want.
Oh, that's a fun nickname. Sure, Azzy. Talia looks on and says, how'd you end up meeting Rowan? Were you able to meet her at the botany shop, or?
I actually wasn't the one who ran into her. Shockingly enough, and kind of sends like a pointed glance of like, "Shut up."
And DeVille's like, to me, you were, huh? he's like in his drink a little bit, and he's like putting together the words that are being said, and he says, "No, I didn't receive a visit from Azzy, Mr. Azzy. That's not something that." Huh? Were you planning on stopping by? I suppose you and DeVille.
I guess I should just probably like be honest. Well, this morning I came down here and I talked, to everyone, and I was really maybe a little lost in my thoughts, and they told me that DeVille had a mom here, and they told me where you're staying.
Oh. You... And then he looks over towards Talia and Elliot, and Elliot's like, "Oh, would you look at that? I actually think I've left the front desk for a little too long." So he gets up, and he's like, "Please look at that." And Bill's like, "Elliot, you..." And
Azram looks at Bill. It's like, "I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. I probably should have been the one to tell you that. Just not a reunion I was expecting. I thought about seeing her, but..."
They also maybe told me about some of your snag racing days.
So that's where you found out.
Azram pulls out the newspaper they gave him.
What? How do you have that? Give me that.
No.
He's trying to snatch it from you.
No.
He's just like above you, like as you're holding it away from him.
So tall.
As you're just dodging his hands, as he says, I was the one that handed him that, yeah. It was, I thought that maybe I didn't realize just how secretive you were of your life here in Lunastra.
Yeah, I didn't realize either.
I think that he's embarrassed of his many, many wonderful exploits here in the city. Is that right then, Blondie? And DeVille looks on and says, "I'm not embarrassed. It just wasn't something that had come up in conversation. I mean, how do you bring up the fact that you used to race on the backs of snails?"
Will you take me sometime?
If you'd like.
Yeah, I want to go like...
There's a cup in a few days, and I mean, we could go watch that if you're not traumatized by the previous experience we've already had.
You want to compete in it?
He chokes on his drink. Talia says, "Aye, that'd be rich." I see a Lightning Star song back in the swing of things. What do you say? You want to hop on to your slimy chariot and ride off into the sunset once more? And he said, "Please. Those days are behind me. I'm far too old, decrepit."
You're not old. Don't call you old. It makes it like I'm dating a grandpa.
He's just kind of caught off guard by everything that you're saying right now. I said, "No, that's not what I... It's just those racing days are behind me. I need a pretty good reason to hop back behind the reins of a snail."
I think you look pretty cool. Is that a good enough reason?
Make a persuasion check.
How much of a simp is DeVille right now?
Maybe.
How much of a simp is DeVille?
That's your eyes.
My persuasion's not very high. I mean, it's pretty high, but it's like not as
Alright.
high as like my other high stats, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's like an 11.
Jill looks and says, "Maybe not in the formal race, but there are places outside the city, empty courses that I used to practice on, that perhaps you may find we can maybe take a drive out there at some point. Have a small date to ourselves."
That sounds nice. Azram's blushing a little bit.
Ryan's like, "I did not miss your silver tongue, DeVille." She says as she's just like...
Auda's literally sitting there like,
Auda's probably like fucking fidgeting with a napkin or something.
She
He's got a little
looks-
stick doing an origami stuff around on the ground.
I always the sweetheart. I'm just just happy to see you in high spirits at least. And Talia looks and says, I mean, it's just good to see that you're in high spirits. Honestly, I think you two are great together. Excuse Granny's temperament. She's just a little not one for romance. And she says, I am not. But I do think that you are a very strapping young lad.
Aw, thanks.
Just, if he ever gives you any trouble, just give me a call up. I'll show up, and I'll smack the living snot out of him. And he's
Shit.
uncalled for, and it won't be necessary. You'll be happy to hear I'm quite responsible now.
Feels like I'm a grown ass adult.
I am grown. Said I? Sure you are.
He
Sure you are.
is really responsible.
I'll believe it when I see it, she says as she slugs back a dark ale.
Can I have whatever she's drinking?
All right, one ale on the house then. She says she starts filling a golden mug. Switching around, let's cut over to you at the booth. Kind of rewinding just a little bit. Esme is sitting at the booth, filling this glass. She sees you come in and just kind of gives you like a slight nod. And then she sees you walk over with someone she hasn't met before and is like... She just swigs her whole drink back, puts it down. Hi,
Hey,
Ladara, and friend, I'm
this is Dresden.
charmed.
Dresden, this is Esme.
Yes. Please take a seat. It's all right.
I don't want to bother you.
No, it's fine. I was just about to start heading up, to be honest.
Okay, all right. Yeah, just catching up with an old friend.
Which one of us is the old friend? She smiles as she
That's true.
points towards Dresden and points to and Dresden says, I don't know at this point, he says, as he's trying to get a read for this situation.
Ladara's kind of like, we can just sit somewhere else if you. I don't. We're.
Dresden's kind of like on the outside of the booth and you're on the inside. No, actually, I like the vibe of your friend. How do you know Ladara? And
Ladara's face, her eyes go wide, and she's kind of like, oh.
Esme's like, we ran a few jobs together back in the day. She was traveling with my party. Says, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you had an adventuring party before this, Strings of Fate.
Yeah, I met them right before I ran into Azram a while ago. Before I met Vincent and everything. Yeah, I was with them for about a month.
Let me flip the question on you then, Mr. Dresden. How do you know Ladara? It's like, shared trauma, mostly. We met in Cineath. We have kind of a pact, if you would say. It's like, pact, that's quite the word to use.
We're both trying to kill the same person, so.
Well, I suppose that would be a pact. Yeah, it's regular bestie bonding things.
Red zone. Where did you learn that word?
And he kind of
Oh, you were with Azram.
leans towards Hasram. It's a new term that I put together.
Bestie bonding. Yeah, that's what this is.
Bestie bonding. I thought it's just a term that I learned from Hasram. It doesn't really mean anything. Yeah.
Foot in mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not
The
besties.
situation
we're
in
not
both sides.
So
No, I mean,
no, it's all right. I don't want to assume that we're like closer than we actually are. I mean,
no. You don't have to. It's fine to. You can. He says, "Hey, can I get a drink over here?" So he's like,
I would like one as well. I would really like one.
that's
as well.
kind of where we loop back into the other conversation. So there's just like, I better get on that. Everyone, just enjoy your conversation. I'll join up. Things are getting a little busy around here. So he starts pouring drinks, and Deville looks over and is like, "Oh, why is Ladara and Dresden sitting separately? Can we pull the tables together?" And so he's like, that's fine. Just put them back together when you're done." As Deville says, "Ladara!"
Deville, hello.
Deville in much higher spirits than
So
he's
nice
been all
to
day.
see you. Haven't seen you in so long. It's great to talk to you again.
In a day.
It's really great. It's nice to see you.
He walks up. He's walked up with his glass. He's like, "Huh."
Ladara's like,
I feel like we just saw each other.
yeah, I know. Sorry. Yeah.
Come on, let's consolidate. Oh, excuse me, I didn't introduce myself. Deville Starsong. And Esme looks up and is like, Esme, if your friend would like to join us, why don't we all sit at the same table?
Sure, perfect. Yep. Sounds great.
Azram looks at Dresden. What does he look panicked at all?
Dresden's like this. He's like rubbing his temples, and he's like, kind of hot in here. Is it like hot for anyone else?
Ladara's like hands are like you can see her like she's like tapping her like self, and she's like,
Esme's unbothered. There's just
Dresden, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. You know what? Let me help you move those tables. He says as he gets up. And bartender, anything, strong, please.
Please.
She's like,
Dresden, I'll take one of those too.
okay.
Thank you.
We're actually gonna have some bestie bonding shots. So everyone who likes to participate in the bestie bonding shot,
I'll take one.
please raise your hand. I'm so sorry, Miss Granny.
You can call me Granny.
Not.
Everyone freezes for a second as Deville looks.
Ladara turns around. She's like,
I don't usually call her that either. So you can call her Roraine or Granny. It's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I've never done this before.
It's already.
You seem like nice.
She looks and she just for a second, then she just like sit down. You're fine. I like your partner. I like your partner. Sorry, the pirate. It's so chaotic. I like your partner. Blondie. He's good. And then sit down. Come on.
Ladara locks eyes with Auna
Auna looks
and just gives him like a wide-eyed look, like a panic, like a.
Hey, let's tables. Sure, yeah. He says as he's not entirely sure what to do. He helps set up the tables and then looks towards you as everyone's trying to find a place to sit.
Just like walks over to him and she's like,
"You all right?
"No,
Sit down. Hey, come on. It's all right. Do you want to go outside and fight?"
what? No,
That always helps me when I'm nervous.
no. This is just really weird. My worlds are colliding in a way that I never expected.
Hey.
And I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Well, Auna sits to your right, and there's an open seat on your left that both Dresden and Esme... Esme's just like... looks towards him, is like, "Please." And Dresden's like, "After you." It's like, "No, it's all right. I can sit anywhere, honestly."
Vincent comes down, sits in it.
Vincent at this point walks in and sits down. You see Vincent... Yeah, you see Vincent walk in really quickly as they're both kind of having this small
He's like, "Oh, Ladara, hey,
Vincent sits down.
It's so lovely to see you. It really
are we
is.
rolling with this?"
Hey, Dresden, I have a seat next to me open.
That sounds great, he says as he sits down.
Sorry, sister, I don't know your name.
Esme's like, "I'll take a seat wherever then." Can someone help? I want to draw out this table
This
situation.
is so funny.
1, 2, 3 plus Dresden, Auna, Esme, Deville, Rowain.
Yeah.
So 5 people. So that means there's 8 people here, right? So like 2 heads of the table and then 3 on each side. Go ahead and just like write down your next where you're sitting, and then who you want to sit next to you.
Okay.
And then pass it back to me.
This is so fucking funny. This is like middle school.
I know.
You're like, my crush, I want my crush to sit next to me.
We'll send this picture in the chat.
We'll send it into the
Yeah, we'll send it. Like,
Discord.
this is the seating situation currently.
If you want to see the seating situation and you're not in the Discord, you gotta get
that's
into
what
Discord.
we got.
Okay, so the seating situation, just going around the table. Vincent is, funnily enough, between Ladara and Rowan.
Wow.
Azram is between Deville and Dresden, and Ladara is between Aona and Vincent. Ladara and Azram are sitting across from each other. Vincent and Deville are sitting across from each other. Aona and Dresden are sitting across from each other with Esme in between them. As there's like a whole side of the table that's just Ladara's nightmare. It's so funny. That is hilarious. As everyone gets seated, they just kind of all notice where they've taken seats. The side of the table that you're on with Rowan, Deville, Azram is like pretty much chilling. The vibes are pretty good over here.
Good.
Rowan kind of speaks up at this point and looks at Deville and gets very serious all of a sudden, looking at Deville. She looks at him and says, "Now, I understand keeping your poor mother out of the loop for nearly a decade, but why haven't you even come by and say hi to Joey?" And Deville's like, Joey? Is he still... He's still there? I don't want to hear a bad word about Joey. He's your brother.
Deville, you have a brother?
No, I don't have a brother.
I mean, I understand, like, not opening up about a lot of the things you didn't open up about, but, like, you have a brother?
He's not my brother. We took him in when... And Rowan just kind of like, what did I just say? No bad words about Joey. He has nothing but the best to say about you. Joey is... he's a beast folk. He's a hyena. I was nearly moving out. I was living on my own by the time that Joey started living with you. And Rowan says, "Look at him, all right? This is what you're gonna have to deal with."
I mean, is he your brother though? Because it's like kind of fucked up.
He's not my brother.
Sounds kind of like a brother to me.
I legally adopted.
No,
legally
see,
adopted.
There you go.
You did not. She kind of gives him a look.
What does he have?
Her eyes narrow. And what if I did? What if Joey's your legal brother? Then you're going to have to take back all the bad words you've been saying about him because he misses you so much.
Oh.
Deville?
No, if you met him, you'd know what I'm talking about. I don't hate Joey. He was just a little like pup when we first met.
That's so cute.
I'm sure he's not all that bad.
He is the sweetest. He's not the brightest, but the sweetest, and that's what matters.
I can relate to that.
I'm sure you can.
He takes care of the flower shop when I'm not around. He makes tea. He cleans up after himself, whereas Deville couldn't do his own laundry until he was, nigh on 16.
Oh,
It's
16?
Do your laundry?
Does Deville's laundry, is he like,
Wayne.
does his laundry like pile up now? Do I remember that? Like, if you
You have noticed Deville like wearing the same shirt a lot. Sometimes when he's like really wrapped up in work, you're like, going on day 4, huh?
Oh, does he have like the laundry chair?
Yeah, in his
graveyard.
in-room, there definitely is like a laundry chair where the laundry starts to pile up a little bit. And
I
you're like,
relate. I understand.
I can do my own laundry. It just...
I mean,
what was that? What do you mean?
Aren't you 80?
you're not the...
I've been doing my laundry for nigh on 60 years now.
As from like, tries to comprehend the idea of 60 years. It's like triple his life.
And he says, I see, this is what you're going to have to deal with, like I said.
Any other funny things embarrassing things that Deville did when he was a kid?
Oh, You're asking the right person. If you want me to talk about the gnashy-toothed wild child that needed braces for his little... And he's like, you don't have to talk about that. It wasn't even really braces. We couldn't afford that. And, I remember them costing me quite a pretty penny just because you had a bit of a, And he's like, what are you... There's nothing wrong with dental surgery.
Vincent's fucked up, dude.
Was DeVille good in school?
If he attended school, he was worst student in terms of attendance, attitude, always sent to the corner, always called on. We could never keep... I had to homeschool him for much of his years because the one time I tried to put you into any sort of an Astra public school, all you're going to do is run off and yell at your teacher and throw tantrums and cry when I'm going away. And... Rowan, please. I'm an adult now. How do you still remember this? I never forget, all right? I'm your mother. And also, stop calling me Rowan. It's like, I've called you Rowan all my life. I'm going to continue calling you Rowan.
DeVille, I think we should work this out right now. Maybe you should try calling her mom.
It's a big step.
I knew I liked you. Azram. Come on and say it. You said it before when you're all sad, over all the little heartbreaks you've had. And Deville's like...
How many heartbreaks?
Brain sort of like... Not that many. and Deville's like... Just a couple. Well, one. One
Can
or two.
I roll insight?
Go for it.
19.
She's covering hard for this guy. She slipped up a little bit on this line. She got a little too comfortable. And Dill's like...
Azram shoots DeVille a knowing look. It's fine.
Oh, wait,
you are like 80, I guess.
You hear just the sound of something in DeVille breaking. And he's just like, I'm not calling you. And Ruin says, that's fine. Come by the shop, say hi to your brother. He misses you. It's like, how do you even know if he misses me? He does. Azram, you come by too. You should meet Joey. He is such a delight. You're all gonna love Joey. Sure. Bladar's already met Joey, but he is such a sweetheart, honestly.
Okay, I'm down. Maybe we should do dinner or something.
Oh, wow. See, look at that. Already we've met, a couple hours ago, and Azram's already offering to take me to dinner. And what have you offered me? A shot? You haven't even poured my drink. And Bill's like, I'm sorry. Gosh, he says as he sort of leans in, and it isn't like this nightmare moment for him as he's just like beet red. Can we stop with the questions about my life and my background and my braces and my schooling life?
Did he ever pee the bed or anything?
Her eyebrow raises. She's like, and Bill's like,
all I need to know.
No, that means nothing. I never. No. Mm-hmm. And that's if I had, everyone does.
Oh. Sometimes we don't have to say everything. Sometimes we can keep things to ourselves.
He sinks his head into his hands as Rowan's laughing to herself.
So
about those shots.
Yeah, where
Vincent,
are they?
You want one?
Oh, you?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Shots around the table. All right, here we are. And starts passing out shots of this liquid. I'll just leave the bottle for you. It's a little, let's say it's a present for a coming home present for our young little blondie over here.
The Lightning Star song.
Not
to who? What did you just say?
It doesn't. You don't have to remember that, Ladara.
I'm like, Blondie, that's cute.
I didn't pick the nickname.
Oh, would you rather us call you Lightning Star Song then?
A Blondie's fine.
That's you? So it really is you. That's like really a name. Like, you weren't just pulling that out of your ass.
I was young. You know for a fact that I'm not good at naming things. I'm still trying to rename my old adventuring party. It's
The Dune Raiders.
I'm just not very good at naming things, and they asked me for a name when I was younger. It's a whole story.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna take this now. Azram?
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, Azram, this is Esme.
Hi.
Esme, this is Azram.
Nice to meet you too.
And Vincent. Sorry, Vincent.
Yes, you must be Lidar's traveling party.
Yes, these are my friends. These are the ones that I told you about.
Yes, I also traveled with Lidar a long time ago.
Oh, did you? How was that?
Well,
It was great. I was there for like a month, and they really helped me train.
That's weird, Lidar. I didn't ask you.
Sorry.
Hey, all right.
And she's like, pours herself another shot, takes it.
it was fun. It was a fun time.
Yeah, seems fun.
Or, yeah, that's a good word to use. And Ryan and DeVille are kind of absorbed in conversation with themselves, like talking to each other. They check in every now and then, but they're mostly like catching up, kind of walking through the entrance. You hear like a chair get dragged across and then just kind of like slammed down between, I think it'd be like Auna and Esme. A fire genasi, just the one you haven't really seen before, just like sits. I don't know if he actually
No.
came out or not.
I don't think he did.
In the last episode, so I'll check. But a fire genasi that you at least weren't super acquainted with just kind of sits himself down. He's like, "Okay, what are we drinking?"
This, and Lidar's like, here you go, James. Enjoy.
Oh, thank God! He takes the whole bottle and just takes a big
James,
chug
that was
of
a
it.
gift.
Oh
Can't just drink
shit!
the whole thing.
Oh
Dumbass. And she grabs it back from him.
It's not a very good first impression. Hey, hi everyone.
Everyone, James.
Esme, good to see you. And it's like, James.
James.
And James looks at all of you and says, Elise told me that she would take care of looking over Fenland and that she'll be down later with, if we come up later, there'll be stew for all of us. So
Nice.
I'm here to have a drink, to unwind,
Welcome.
to nurse this wound, he says as he's
Is he
kind of
bleeding out?
He kind of holds his side. We cut forward about an hour into drinking as the conversations are divvied up and everyone is now very much deep in their cups. Who is everyone talking to?
I'm gonna talk to Dresden.
Vincent, the chairs switch around and Dresden's kind of like, I want to talk to Vincent. I didn't get to talk to Vincent. Vincent, come over here. Sit down.
Yeah, all right. Hey,
How have you been?
bad. I'm sorry about earlier. It's hard to trust people sometimes, and you just come out of the blue like that, and I just don't know what your motivations are, you know?
I feel like I was aggressive about it.
You kind of were, but I was also a dick, so I understand. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Things have been not great here, you know. But it's, you know, I just want to say that. Sorry.
To be honest, you don't have to apologize. It sucks. It just sucks knowing that your former horrible, very evil boss that also murdered your parents is watching you through your arm.
Right.
It's just not great.
I could imagine how that would suck really
It
bad.
sucks.
I'm sorry about that. You and Ezra both have kind of horrible situations going on.
I'm used to it, you know. At least, he has to fucking, I don't know. At least he gets to see all the fucking fun stuff that I get to do in my life now that I'm not a part of everything anymore.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Not like that.
He just like drags a hand down his face.
No,
He's
that's
like,
not
all
what I
right.
meant.
Anyway.
But you're okay? I mean,
He looks down. He's like, I'm in one piece, I guess. I'm alive.
that's okay. And that's good. That's good. That's all we can really ask for at this point. And Renair, how's he doing? I really like that guy.
Puts his head on the table.
Oh, no, he says as he kind of puts his arm over you. Oh, Vincent. Oh, jeez, I shouldn't have said something. I knew a little bit, and I just wanted to see how you were feeling, and I guess I'm. Oh, jeez, I really kind of goofed you on this one.
Just on the table, like crying.
Full open wailing. All right, that's okay.
Is Vincent all right over there?
No,
Is
he's
he
bad.
okay?
He's bad right now. He's doing really bad. It's okay.
Azrim's like, Vincent!
What?
What's going on?
I'm
Why is
alright.
he crying?
I'm fine.
Now is not the time
What do you
to be
mean?
crying.
I just need. Okay. I need another drink.
Let's get another drink for this very strong friend Vincent here. He's going through a lot.
He's so strong.
Let's go over Ladar. Who are you talking to?
That's amazing.
Azrim's directly across from her, right?
Yeah.
Probably like Azrim and I don't know, whoever the fuck ever.
Auna is just tuning into any conversation. He's been pretty silent this whole time. And just kind of like nursing the same drink that he's had for like the past hour.
Azrim.
Yes.
How are you doing?
You know, this morning I was really stressed. I was like
Yeah.
really stressed. Honestly, I was really going through it. But I rose and overcome, as I always do.
You're so strong. She kind of gives like a little eye roll.
I'm doing pretty good, though. I think
That's really good.
How are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm fine, Azrim. Everyone keeps asking me if I'm alright.
Oh my god.
Azrim like looks at Auna and is like,
Auna's like shaking his head.
And I'm fine. I really am. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good.
Auna, what the fuck happened today?
I don't know. We met up with friends. Yeah, I can see that.
I
you're good.
really want you to like my friends.
Esme and James are like talking to each other. They kind of look over and they're like, "What?"
Ladara, what? Auna, can you please get her some water?
Yeah, actually,
Oh no, I don't need water. I just need more alcohol.
Well,
I think that would help. I think that would.
Okay. Hey, excuse me. He says as he walks over and he leans in. He's like, "Hi, can I have a glass of water for her, please?" And he's like, "Yeah, on the double." She says, "As here we go, another drink for you, ice cold."
Perfect, thank you. And she like starts chugging it. She's like, "That was so smooth."
We've got quite a bit of it around here. It's one of the favorites.
That's the best alcohol.
I'll get you another. And James looks at you, Azrim, and says, "Let's have shots. Come on, shots. Shots around the table.
Shots around the table.
A bonding shot. A bonding shot. Esme and Ladara, you're gonna make up right here, right now."
Oh.
What?
And Esme's eyes
sorry.
go wide for a second. She's like,
She doesn't like me. It's alright.
Azrim
That's-
leans into James.
I see
That's not
now.
true. That's not true.
Uh-oh.
In terms of not liking someone, I feel like this conversation, I feel like if anyone, it was you who didn't like me.
That's not true.
I see.
I know how it might have come across, but that's not true.
Listen, I don't mean to. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not. All right, I'm over it.
Vincent and Azrim's jaws are on the floor.
And Tristan and Auda are like, Tristan has fully put it together at this point and is like, "What?" And Auda is like, "Oh no."
Oh my god.
It wasn't. I didn't mean to. I really didn't.
Yes, you accidentally do something like that.
No, I
Is
don't
that how
accidentally
that
do
happens?
something like that. It was.
Tara, what did you do?
It was just one time, but it did.
Do we need a distraction?
I was panicked. I was going through so much, and then chaos happened, and then I was
No.
Ladar has tears.
She said the word.
Oh, God. Okay.
Anybody want a song? I could play a
A song. Let's sing. What? Why would we sing?
No. I can go up and get my violin or something.
Quick, go
I'm
grab the
going.
violin.
I'm running. I'm stumbling up the stairs.
I was like, I need some fresh air. I'm
Auda,
gonna
can you take her
step
outside?
Yes, come on. And just Auda says, "Hey, come on. We're gonna take a walk.
Okay.
Emotions
Okay.
are
Oh
high.
my god.
Everyone just
She's
that thing you're always saying, Azram. Everyone just
Chill? I don't know.
chill. That's it. Cool down.
Vince is booked downstairs. He's like, "Oh, okay, good. Everybody want
a song.
Sure.
A 1, 2, 3,
And then I play.
Devon, who has not been tuned in at all, is like, "Oh my god, I love this song."
Oh my god.
Ladara, you are walked out by Auda into the cold street of the Twilight Lunastra.
She's gone from having a meltdown to just kind of panicking a little bit more.
Hey, it's okay.
No, this is weird, and I have never felt more vulnerable in my entire life.
Hey, but yeah,
I just,
Listen.
I can't calm down,
Hey,
and
look at me. Listen. Center your breathing. That's. You gotta focus. Just focus on breathing for a little bit. Okay? Something that we were told to do when we were training to center ourselves. Focus on breathing. Okay. All right? It's okay. Things got a little heated in there. That's not your fault. It's
it is my fault.
No, it actually kind of seems like her fault. It seems like she kind of started that.
Yeah, but I'm the one who hurt her. So I just feel really bad.
I don't know what happened. And I'm not going to ask. And I don't want to pry into that. But we all make mistakes. We all have hurt someone in our past before. Okay? The best we can do is to know that we learned from it. We're apologetic.
Okay.
Just to breathe and know that you're different. You're a better person now than you were then. And you were going through what seems like a lot at the time.
Okay. I feel a little better. I'm alright. I'm okay. It'll be alright.
Good.
Thank you.
It's no problem. Why don't we just stay out here for a little bit?
That sounds good.
You regain your breath and I'll, we can just talk.
Okay. Cool.
So, the general vibe of the party begins to die down, especially after the confrontation that you all had. By the time that Ladara and Alana come in, people are pretty much wrapping up, and Deville has already agreed off to the side with some of the Riders of Fate to get them a room, as well as to give up his bed to Dresden, electing to get his own room for Deville and Azram. He buys a room for Rowan, and you all separate off to your different new rooms and bedding situations to get some rest from this kind of tumultuous day and evening. Auna walks back in with Ladar later on when things have sort of calmed down, and he learns of the new sleeping arrangement and says, okay, where should I sleep?
Well, I already had this bed, so
Okay. Who am I rooming with? No.
it's up to you.
Deville, Azram? And Deville's like, nope. We have our own room tonight.
Good for you. She looks at Asma. Ladar looks at Asma. She's like, good for you.
Okay. I think maybe it's time we retire.
Yeah. And everyone just starts splitting off to their rooms. And then left in the living room is Dresden and Auda like looking at each other. Dresden's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Let's roommates. And Auda says, okay, are you gonna hurt me while I sleep? And Dresden said, not on my mind, honestly. They both walk off to sleep in the same room together. As you all are bedding down, is anyone talking to anyone else? This is like a last conversation.
I think for me, I think Vincent's just gonna lay down face first on the pillow and pass out real fast.
Ladar definitely passed out.
Okay.
Like the minute that she touched the bed, so.
Very nice.
Azra would probably talk to Deville.
Deville is he's very drunk and he's just resting. He's down to his like sleeping clothes at this point, which is not much. But he said, as you're both getting into the room, getting settled, he is in high spirits, pretty good mood. He looks at you and he says, Ezra, how did you like Rowan?
Oh, she's so nice. She's so funny.
She really liked you too. She was very happy for me.
Wow, I'm really relieved. Honestly, I was really nervous. I've never met.
I know that was kind of sprung upon both of us, to be honest. I did not realize she'd be here, that she'd be meeting up with Ladar.
I didn't either, and it's a crazy day. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for snooping around and finding things out about you without talking to you first.
Devil just kind of breathes a deep sigh and says, Azram, it's all right. Last night, which by the way, that was last night that this happened. Last night, I was acting quite unfair to you. A lot of old things came up about me and my previous partner, who passed, and I thought I would handle it better, but I didn't, and because of that, I kept you at arm's length when I really shouldn't have.
It's okay. I get it. I mean, I don't get it. I've never really. You're the first person I heard about her. And she seemed really nice. She seemed really lovely. And everyone was telling me how happy you were. We don't have to talk about it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. She was very lovely. Very nice. Balancing force in my life. And yes, I was very happy with her. But I'm happy with you too. It's been a long time since I've been this happy. And I've changed. The city's changed around me. In a way, you're balancing me too.
I wouldn't say that. I feel like I just caused you more stress and trouble than anything. I made you come all the way here.
Yeah, it's fair. You've gotten quite a bit of danger. But it's worth it. There's never been a time where I felt it wasn't.
Well, I'm glad to have learned more about you. And I want you to show me all your favorite places in the city, and I want to hear all about your life here. And your life in general.
He smiles and says, There may be some things that will be difficult to talk about, and she will come up because she was just a big part of my life here. But I accepted she was gone a long time ago, and I've done my grieving.
Was it hard?
Always. I feel as though I just learned to live with it rather than to ever do away with it. That there's room in my heart for more than just her now. But it took me a long time to get here. So I love you both. He smiles and looks at you.
And I love you too.
And then he just kind of lays his head into your shoulder as the scene fades. Hey there, gamers, it's me, Christian, and I just really scared myself because the feedback was on my computer and it blew my eardrums out. But anyways, welcome to the anniversary week for SoftPod. Thank you for watching episode 49 of SoftPod. We are super excited to have made it this far, and we could not have done it without the constant support of this community. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for drawing. Thank you for telling us everything you feel about the show, as well as talking about the characters and the story. It's just all been super huge for us. Hearing that this show has made your life better, or that it is one of your favorite shows now, or that you just really have enjoyed the characters and the writing and that it's made you feel emotions, it's been huge. We are really, really grateful for such an amazing community, as well as such an amazing response to the show and the characters. But there are far too many thanks to give and not enough time to do it, but we will certainly try. First of all, thank you to Dungeon Depths for sponsoring the show with amazing merchandise, a place for us to host stickers and stuff like that, as well as the amazing giveaways that they have been hosting this entire time. We honestly could not have asked for a better sponsor and a better support than Dungeon Depths. They have been hugely positive, both professionally and just personally knowing them. We are hugely grateful for the support they have given us. And I wanted to remind everyone that we do have a giveaway going with them right now for a hexagonal dice tray that you can enter on our social media. So go check out Dungeon Depths and our social media right now. If you've gotten this far without knowing who Dungeon Depths is, well, you must not be listening to the breaks, and that hurts my feelings a little. Just kidding. But Dungeon Depths is your one-stop shop for quality gaming supplies with character. They sell dice, dice vaults, dice trays, apparel, stickers, you name it, they've got it. Well, you can't name anything, but most things related to TTRPG, they've got a great selection. You can also use the code SOFTPOD at checkout to get 10% off of your order. Thank you, Dungeon Depths, for all the help. Thank you for all the support. Here is to another great year. This show is also sponsored by the Roll20 Spotlight. Thank you, Roll20, for sponsoring us, for giving us visibility. If you don't already know, Roll20 is a virtual tabletop software that you can use to connect your games from around the world. You can find them at roll20.net. This show is also sponsored by you, the viewer. That's right. On Patreon, you can support us financially. We are incredibly thankful for everyone who supports us right now. You are a huge reason of why the show can keep going because it helps us keep up on our fees. It helps us pay our people. It also allows us to upgrade our equipment, which we are looking to keep going to do in the future. We have a lot of stuff we want to do to make our recording setup better and better and better, and so that I don't pop my plosives as much. We are actually going to be making a huge push on our Patreon soon, so we're going to have a lot of content going up. Hopefully, I'm working on writing more one-shots. The Halloween one-shot, unfortunately, As a pilot, we wanted to put it on the back burner because I wanted to focus on different concepts of things that could possibly be canon rather than AUs, so keep an eye out for those. But nonetheless, we have a lot of equipment we're looking to buy to improve our recording setup, so please keep an eye on our socials as we make a push for our Patreon, and if you feel so inclined, please feel free to support the show. But if not, there's no worries. We are very thankful for your support any which way. I actually plan to do a big read-through of all of the honorary bard names this Friday for Patreon, so we will be skipping it for this break, but we are still very thankful for you, so I'm going to go through all the names of everyone that is on our Patreon. If you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as well as leave a comment down below. If you are using a podcast platform, please don't forget to leave us a rating of some kind. A 5-star rating, hopefully, if you're liking the show. And if you don't like the show, don't leave a rating, please. Anyways, but yes, it really helps us get seen by the algorithm and helps us to get the people to see our show more recommended to them, you know? And finally, if you are not already a part of it, please go and check out the Soft Court. It is an amazing community of people that come together to watch the show and react to it, as well as to talk about TTRPGs, art, a whole plethora of things. And we would really love to see you there. Anyways, we are immensely grateful. We will talk more on this Friday's episode. That is all from me. Bye-bye. The morning comes to you all. You all gather finally after a night of what was supposed to be unwinding that, you know, for some of you was unwinding and for some of you wound you up even further. But awkwardly, you all gather in the main suite. Everyone's got a bit of a headache, a bit of a hangover, except for Auna. And I actually have to roll to see how well they did with each other, Auna and Dresden. Dresden and Auna both rolled 5s. I don't know what that means exactly. They're dead.
They still don't really care about each other.
Vibes.
Yeah, Auna and Dresden both walk out kind of groggy-eyed and like...
What do each of them sleep in?
Dresden actually probably has pretty nice like pajamas, something that he actually wears to sleep that's comfortable. Auna, not much, honestly. Honestly, not much. Which, you know, catches Dresden off guard. He kind of sits down next to you at Azram, and he's just kind of silent. And he's like, bonding thing didn't work out too well.
Oh, it's okay, dude. I can try helping with you.
I'll get him next time. But.
Yeah, you'll get him next time, bud.
And Auna sits down next to Ladar. It's like, how did you sleep?
It was fine.
You feeling any better?
Yeah.
Good.
Fine.
Good to hear.
She kind of looks like she's just kind of really out of it and just quieter than usual, but she's fine.
She takes note of it, kind of sighs. Dresden looks towards you. Azram was like, there's a period where I thought we were like getting somewhere, and then it turns out I was talking to myself for like an hour. He passed out nearly immediately when we walked inside.
Yeah, he does that.
I thought he was just a really good listener. I told him like a lot of stuff.
Oh, he just kept talking. He didn't respond.
He didn't. I just thought he was listening.
Well, Dresden, an hour is a pretty long time to just listen to yourself talk.
I get really emotional towards the end too.
Hey,
That's when I realized is I said some stuff that I really thought he would react to, and then he snored. And I thought that was pretty rude, and then he was just fully asleep.
do you need to get something off your chest, bud?
No, we're good. I'm just saying that first night of bonding with your brother did not go very well.
I can try to help if you want.
Please. As everyone else, the Riders of Fate gather, Esme just kind of looks down as she enters the room and takes a seat. Elise looks and says, I'll heat up the stew for everyone. It also works as hangover stew. She smiles.
Are we hungover?
Vincent
Yeah.
is. Vincent's,
Yeah.
Vincent's sitting in the
Everyone
corner, like eyes squinted. He's
Thankfully,
like,
it's
"Why is
not bright
everyone yelling?"
outside because it's because of the twilight coming in.
Vincent's just sitting.
She starts to heat up the stew. James sits down. Oh, God. everyone gathers, even Rowan and Deville, and you all meet together here as now that you've gotten a night of some kind of camaraderie, there is a matter to discuss. But the people that need to talk about it are currently silent as Esme is looking away and down from Ladara.
Can cure wounds cure a headache?
Maybe like cure, like remove disease or something like that. Not cure wounds though. That would just cure your wounds. Which a headache is just internal stuff.
Okay, just wondering.
Renair's lay on hands could do it. He was actually a godsend with whenever you all would drink because he would be able to cure your hangovers pretty instantly.
You talk about him like he's dead.
I miss him every day.
Me too.
Renair was honestly a godsend.
He was really.
It was
he
nice. We
really
didn't know
a
what we
wonderful
had.
Person.
So,
Yeah, here's the issue. There are too many of us. So we need to start solving some problems here. Because as much as I have really grown to enjoy your company, he looks over at Ladar's friends and he's like, especially you, James.
I agree. I honestly agree. It was a joy to get to know you last night, Azrim.
Thank you. And I agree. It is also a joy getting to know me. And
all right. What?
Okay.
So we need to... Ladara?
Sorry. Yes. So, Finland is hurt. And my friends need to be taken out of the situation they're in. But I don't know what is most important. I don't know what we should do first.
Okay. Well, how are you gonna heal Finland?
I have an idea of how I could do this. Rowan speaks up. I would need some tools which you could procure in the Witchwood Market. I can't go there myself, so I'll need someone else to go there for me. But if you bring those to me, I have a pretty good shot because I think I have a good idea of what's happening to him.
I can definitely go and grab whatever you need.
Okay. So, Finland healing check.
Yes, Esme speaks up. Fenlin should honestly stay here. We have to return to our duties with the merriment in order to not draw any further suspicion. So at least James and I will also be going back to the Witchwood Market. Esme says, we are only coming to you because we're at a loss. I can't think of any solutions to the problem we're in, but the truth of it is this, is that despite how I acted, we were Lidar's friends a long time ago, and she's been very kind to help us. But the situation we're in is a bit helpless. We want out of the merriment, which is not something that anyone has done since her, and points towards Rowan, and Deville's like, you were in the merriment?
You got out of the merriment?
I did. I completed an impossible task for the ferrymen, and they gave me one favor, which was, in my case, removing myself from the merriment and keeping my family safe in the process. She says, looking at Deville, and Deville looks just wide-eyed for a second. I never knew. but that sort of thing isn't easily handed out. Usually comes with some impossible task.
A favor from the ferryman, though.
Aye.
That race is in a few days. We know who wins it gets a favor.
Everyone just kind of stops. Esme looks. What?
There's a snag race tournament going on that we heard about from Geronimo Johnson, the snag racer.
You've met Geronimo Johnson?
Oh, I've more than met Geronimo Johnson.
What does that imply?
Nothing. And
DeVille's also like, what? What does that imply?
I just ran into him yesterday. That's it. But he was telling me about the snag racing tournament, and word on the street is that the winner gets a favor from the ferryman.
I mean,
Why are you looking at Deville?
I'm not looking at Bill. Azram looks away a little.
Are you saying that
hold on. Why are you...
one of us are gonna be a snag racer?
I mean, out of all, we can talk about it, but like it's that or
option.
what? We just go and try to kill them?
I mean, I had no intention of getting involved with the race. I had no reason to get a favor from the merriment, but it could help your friends, possibly. And the only person I know who's pretty good on a snail. He looks at DeVille.
Why everyone's looking at me?
I don't know. Did you have the license?
It's not the same as just a horse race or something along those lines. It's dangerous.
I can do it. I mean, I'll ride the snails.
No,
have you ever driven a snail before?
No.
Have you driven anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to
then
drive
I don't.
But I mean, I just am trying to find solutions that don't involve us like completely dismantling the organization of this city again, because I really don't think I can emotionally or physically take that.
I completely understand.
What can a snail do? Kill me?
It's not... I don't mean to be technical, but it's not the snail that would kill you, though it is... They are surprisingly dangerous, and with enough speed can break bones or completely demolish someone if they're in the track. But snag racing is not just a driver on the back of a snail. It's the efforts of a team. I mean, that's how me and the Doom Raiders met. We were all a team. All right, listen. All right. You need someone who's good behind the snail, but you also need people who are deadly, dangerous.
I think we're pretty deadly. I can be deadly.
I can be dangerous.
I don't like the look in your eyes. Are you considering this?
I mean, do you really not want to?
It seems like the best bet that we have at the moment.
Deville looks
Or like,
on.
Pretty please? Azram pouts.
Esme and James look, and Elise as well. And Elise kind of speaks up. It's like, you don't all have to do this for us, but we would be forever in your debt if you tried. And Deville's like, okay, all right, enough pouting. All right, I will show you what a snag race is like. If you still want to go through with it after that, then we can. And since no one here but me can drive, I'll put on my helmet one more time.
Holy shit. Oh, thank you, DeVille. And Azram runs up and gives him a hug.
Right. He says he kind of hugs you back, and Orion's like, "Ay, my foolish boy." deep in the witchwood hollow, through twisting tree and thorn, we happen upon a circus tent, a den of rot and scorn. 7 masks in front of them, each one a vibrant tone, a rainbow of eerie, unmoving eyes, focused on a throne. And sat upon that lofty place we see no living thing. Instead there sits a porcelain doll, a puppet with no string, adorned, dainty, and untouched, with piercing, beady eyes, hidden behind a jester's mask, a harrowing, smiling guise. Silence takes the chamber, the 7 wait in fear, when laughter rises from the doll. The ferryman is here. One by one the puppet asks of how their city fares, and one by one each mask replies, one by one they share. They speak of stone and moonlight, each carefully accomplished task, till there's one that stutters beneath a violet mask. Then there is the silence, a still, unblinking face, and then there is the laughter, which fills this vile place. They turn to run. They try to run. They cannot run. They cannot run. And so we see that circus tent, that rot upon the floor. 6 masks do not dare move or look away from the core. And from behind that laughing doll, behind that lofty throne, we see encased within stained glass a pale and breathing stone.